loud and clear. Health and Wealth Radio, WNN.
It's the Becky and Boca Show, coming to you live every Thursday night at 6 p.m. from glamorous downtown Boca Raton. I'll show you how to live life in style in one of the country's most elegant cities, nestled right along the beautiful Atlantic beaches between Palm Beach and Miami. So sit back, relax, and let me show you how to indulge yourself Boca style. My guest tonight is Dr. Richard Cartledge. He is the chief cardiac surgeon from Boca Regional Hospital, and he's an engineer, and he has developed a lot of medical devices. And the one that we're featuring tonight, this is a personal device. This one isn't just for use in medicine. It's called Nirvana, and I have it in one ear, and then there's a plug for the other ear, and it's hooked up to my phone, and my musical playlist is playing on here. And this thing is amazing. It's a way to get you into a euphoric state without surgery. They can implant devices, but he has figured out a way to do it with these little earbuds and this piece of equipment. So I'm going to let him tell us about it because he's the expert. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Cartledge.
Thank you, first off, for having me. And I'm really excited to tell your listeners and your viewers about this development. This is the first consumer product I've ever done. And I usually do bona fide mainstream surgical devices. I know you're a big inventor of a lot of devices that are actually used in the OR.
Yes. All over the country, all over the world.
Over the world.
See?
All over the world.
So this isn't some little play device, people. This is the real deal.
So this is based in science, of course, and the important thing to understand about where the origin of this device came from is that there is a very special nerve that connects your brain to your body called the vagus nerve, and it's one of three nervous systems where your brain is connected to your body. You've got your spinal cord, which is responsible for your motor function, your muscle contraction, and also sensation. Then you have your sympathetic connection between your brain and your body. That's your fight or flight response.
Okay.
When you're stressed, when you have anxiety, it makes you sweat, it increases your heart rate, increases your breathing, it makes you feel sort of uncomfortable. Then there's the parasympathetic system, which is the last connection between the brain and the body, and that is the counterbalance to the sympathetic system. This is what you upregulate when you're meditating. Buddhist monks are expert at doing that, but it takes them years to figure out how to properly get to that state of meditation.
And in this state of meditation, we're talking about, like you said, you can get a euphoric feeling?
Absolutely.
And you said it doesn't just last when you have this in. The more you do it, the more it stays with you?
Yes. The more you use it, the more it stays with you. And, at first pass, people may think, well, how can an electronic device where you flip a switch make you feel good? Because it's really the first of its kind.
Yeah, I know.
The history of stimulation of the parasympathetic nervous system via stimulating the vagus nerve is 25, 30 years old, and it has been around for a long time. The problem is it's been an implantable device where electrodes are wrapped around the nerve.
So you actually have to go in there.
You actually have to go in there, surgically implant it. And there's a lot of risk to it, and it's extremely expensive between the device and the trappings of implanting it in the hospital and so forth. It's around $50,000. And it's used and FDA approved for multiple medical disorders. Currently, it's FDA approved in this country for preventing seizures. It calms the brain down. It also is FDA approved for depression that's refractory to medication.
Oh.
And
does this work for depression?
This is not designed for that.
Okay.
This is not a bona fide medical device. This is a consumer product.
Okay.
But the history of this is rooted in medical science. And the third FDA-approved indication for an implantable vagus nerve stimulator is weight loss, believe it or not. That recently got approved about 9 months ago.
Does this work for that?
It wasn't designed for that.
Okay, off-label?
But stay tuned as our research comes out.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's explain to people how it works. I have one earbud in the left ear, and it's important that you put the blue one in the left ear.
Absolutely.
Right? And
Absolutely.
then I'm putting this one in the right ear. And then I have this connected to my phone. so that I can play my musical playlist.
And I'll explain why
Okay,
that is.
go ahead.
So there are two vagus nerves, and that's it. Those are the two superhighways of counterbalancing the stress response in your body. The right vagus nerve primarily controls the heart rate, and that's why we stay away from the right vagus nerve.
Okay, so this one's not doing anything.
Correct. That's just giving you the stereo music.
Okay, that's where my music's coming in.
The music passes through.
Okay.
The left side, which is clearly designated
this
as
one.
blue, has a very special earbud that is an innovation that we developed over years, where it is a silicone, conductive and non-conductive silicone injection molded electrode.
Okay.
There's nothing metallic on it.
Okay.
Yet that's where the conduction occurs. And it sends a signal through the ear canal to the vagus nerve, and then that signal goes up to the brain and gives you all of the benefits.
All right. So I know I had turned it up earlier. There's a control here. Now, I can feel a little tingling in here.
You will.
And the higher it goes,
the
more
more
I can feel.
tingling. Yes, exactly. So the
Okay.
tingling that you're feeling is the Nirvana signal actually penetrating the skin and getting to the nerve. Now, in the early development stages of this, some people found it a little unsettling. So what we did is we synchronized it to music so that the intensity of the signal going into your ear is actually totally synchronized with the music. So
How
the
does it
beat
do
of the
that?
music, it's really neat.
That's amazing.
It pairs certain wavelengths of the music to the signal, and it has gotten people to tolerate intensities much higher.
So you
than
want to
without
go
music.
higher with this because
The
that's
higher
how you're
you
going to get
go,
more of a. I don't have it on real high right now because I'm interviewing him. But
Sure. You
if
look
I
at
were
it,
home and on the couch, I'd want to crank this way up, right?
it's as if, look at it as a dose.
Okay.
So the higher the intensity and the longer the session, the higher the
higher the
total
dose.
dose and
Okay.
the more profound the effect.
Okay.
The important thing to remember, Becky, is that this is not a use it once kind of thing. You can, and some people have it in their purse, and when they're stressed, they bring it to work and they can put it in and have a little Nirvana session during their lunch break or maybe stealing away in their cubicle. But this is best used on a daily basis,
Okay.
5 to 7 days a week, between 15 through 45-minute sessions.
And what results am I going to get from that?
Okay, so what you're going to get is, number one, you're going to get upregulation of your parasympathetic axis. So you're going to feel calm, relaxed. Thoughts that are clouding your head and entering that are unwanted will go away.
Ooh.
You can sit down and focus on a task, even if you had a stressful environment outside of the task. It will give you a sense of well-being. It tips the odds in your favor
We need
in terms
that.
of how you feel.
Okay.
One of
So
the-
it's a mood enhancer.
It does enhance your mood. It absolutely
Okay.
enhances your mood, especially with daily use. But most people will experience immediate effects with as far as stress relief and focus.
I'm feeling very relaxed.
Excellent,
Okay.
excellent. So you're starting to feel
Yeah.
how it just relaxes
Yeah.
you. And if you had an onerous task, it makes the task a lot easier to do.
Interesting.
And what we didn't expect is we've got 4,500 or so units out there, and we've done all sorts of interrogatories and studies and so forth. And one of the unexpected results that we have been getting are from people that have trouble sleeping.
Told me that. Yes. Wow. If this helps people that can't sleep, that's incredible.
It is remarkable. Matter of fact, people that use it for a 30-minute session get the best sleep of their night. And we've also shown that scientifically with wearable bioelectric devices showing sleep quality and sleep duration. And it works amazingly well when compared to a control group.
So if I were someone that had trouble sleeping, I would put this in before I go to sleep while I'm laying down
Correct. So
Okay.
whatever your bedtime is, if you start it an hour earlier or so, and you give yourself 15 to 30-minute session, about 10, 15 minutes after the session, you will go right to sleep. And you will wake up refreshed.
Gosh. Wow.
And
oh,
that
boy.
was not anticipated. But that's
That was just like a
an unexpected benefit.
wow. And now tell me about, you said it can help people focus, like people that have ADD or something like that?
You
If
know, it's not designed for that.
Right.
However, we have been getting a number of people, hundreds of people writing in saying, I have ADD. It's amazing. I can focus.
Can focus.
They've let their children try it over 18.
Okay.
Is what is required.
Okay. I'm barely over 18.
And we didn't intend it to be for ADD, but it gives an intense focus, especially like myself. I'm an energetic type A personality. It's really hard for me to do a task that I'm not interested in. Like going through my taxes.
Doing the taxes. I was just going to say that.
Just
That's my worst, too.
I usually can't get through 10 minutes of it.
So that pile of things on my dining room table that I'm supposed to be doing that I never want to do, I can sit down and put this in and
you put
focus.
this in, get your Nirvana on, and you will go as long as you need to. You will see.
Would it be good for studying for college students?
Fantastic for studying.
Oh, Michael and Sam, I'm going to get you one of these, my two boys.
The number of college students that have written in about how it helps them focus is incredible. Matter of fact, very often people are treated with stimulants for ADD.
Yes.
And stimulants are not a good drug in general for long-term use. Mm-hmm. This is drug-free.
I have one son entering med school, another going into law school. Will this help them?
Congratulations.
Study?
Absolutely. I'm not sure they'll need it, but they're getting it.
Why not?
They've gotten into school. But law school, I'm sure the thought of going through thick books every day.
And med school, you know how tough that is.
Med school is tough, too.
So now tell me, this is the earbud that is doing something. The other one is just putting the music in my ear, correct?
That's correct. So the earbuds are different. So if you notice, there's a blue dot on the side of that earbud.
Okay.
They're removable and replaceable, and there's different sizes. And fitting
to fit your ear.
To fit your ear properly.
Okay.
You want to get a good seal and a good fit. So even though the earbuds look similar, the one with the blue dot actually has tines that have electrodes that are positive and negative all the way around. The other one is just silicone, even though it looks the same.
Yeah, that's the one for the music.
You want to make sure you put the one with the blue dot on the left side.
Okay, that's the left one.
Yes.
And he's going to be at my event tomorrow night, and we're going to give one of these away in the raffle. So you might want to show up because this is a really cool thing.
And we'll even give a private session on how to dial it in for you, whoever wins it.
And you can talk about this tomorrow night, too. You can show people how it works and everything because this is just amazing. Okay, so I'm putting this in my left ear, and this is stimulating the vagus nerve?
Yes, stimulating the
How
vagus nerve.
does it do that?
Well, here's the thing. The vagus nerve has traditionally been accessed, as I said, surgically deep in the neck. The vagus nerve goes from the brainstem through the neck, and it connects to every organ in your body, and it wraps around every nerve in your body because it supplies the counterbalance of the sympathetic system throughout.
Okay.
So it is most coalesced, least branching as you go higher towards the brain.
Okay.
It just so happens that a branch of the vagus nerve courses right by the ear canal and actually supplies the outer third of your ear canal. That's why some people that use a Q-tip will say it's like an eargasm.
I do that to my dog.
They love it, right?
I take a Q-tip in my dog's ear and he just goes crazy.
Now you know why that is.
He gets all relaxed. His eyes roll back into his head.
Exactly. I mean, how many people love to put a Q-tip?
Yeah.
Not recommended.
Not supposed to.
Please don't do that at home. But it feels good to put a Q-tip in your ear.
So that's the same sensation?
Same principle. Yes. As a matter of fact, now in retrospect, I'm realizing why auricular acupuncture works because you're stimulating the vagus nerve.
Okay.
And this just does a much more effective job at it. And you don't need a professional to administer it.
Right.
You can do it yourself.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
It almost sounds too good to be true. This is amazing.
And that's why it's important for everyone to understand the science. If anyone looks up, does a search on vagus nerve stimulation and implantables, they will see
that it's
hundreds of peer-reviewed articles on it.
Mm-hmm. But you can't just get one implanted. You have to have medical criteria.
You have to have medical criteria.
And it's probably expensive.
It's extremely expensive. The device itself is around $30,000.
Holy cow.
Plus
and your device is how much?
Right now, it's $279.95.
And how would people get this if they want one?
We have a website where you can order it right off the website. It's experiencenirvana.com. Experience Nirvana. Nirvana is spelled Nervana, not with an I.
Nerve. It's not the band.
Correct. Just think nerve. Exactly. Think nerve.
Not Kurt Cobain.
Don't think Kurt Cobain.
Okay.
So the website's www.experiencenirvana.com. And you can order
and I'll
it
put it on my Facebook page for anybody that doesn't get that. So, okay, so they can go there and order this thing.
Yep.
And then all the instructions are in there, I assume, on
Yes.
how to use it?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a pretty thick instruction manual in here, which I do want you to read, Becky.
Okay.
There's a lot of,
I always read the instruction manuals.
not a lot of people do. There's a lot of information in there, and it's really important. The important thing with this device is that the first time you use it, you have to be familiar with the directions, and you need patience to dial it in for you. Once you do that, then subsequent sessions are quick and easy.
Okay. By dial it in, what do you mean?
Meaning, number one, the main thing is to get the earbud fit.
To fit.
Right.
Yeah. And you said this one fits really well on me.
That one fits perfectly.
Okay.
The headset that comes with the device comes with
there's a headset too?
No, the earbud headphones.
Yeah.
The medium earbuds that are removable and disposable are packed with the headset.
Oh, okay. So you have disposable
have,
things that go on.
It just
the
so
top.
happens that the mediums are the most common ear canal size. However, there is a small, which is a size down, that's included in the kit.
Okay, so you can change it.
It's a large, and then there's an extra large.
Okay.
So having the right snug fit is absolutely critical in getting a good signal.
Fit tight in there. Okay.
Absolutely. So that's and then getting familiar with the controls.
Yeah, I was learning those.
There's a couple different signals
There's
that
an
you
up
can
and
choose.
down button.
Yes.
And what does this do?
Okay, so
The dial.
This can be used with or without music.
Okay.
Some people use it exclusively with music. Some people use it without music. Some people do it either way, depending upon their scenario.
So if you're not using the music, you don't have to put the right earbud in?
Nope.
So I could lay on the couch and watch a movie?
Absolutely.
Ooh, I think I'm going to do that tonight.
A lot of people use it without music at work.
Yeah,
actually,
sure.
they think they just have their cell phone button.
Right.
They don't know.
Okay.
And
if I'm gonna use this to fall asleep, do I sleep with this in there, or do I take it out before I fall asleep?
You take it out before you go to sleep. The session automatically shuts off. Some people have fallen asleep with it in their ear, but it shuts off.
Oh, it shuts off after a period of time?
Whatever time you set it at.
Oh,
correct.
you set the time.
You set the time.
I see.
And it's between.
Right, it says time left 12 minutes on here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And the control, the big dial, has to do with syncing up your music to the signal.
Okay.
You turn the dial clockwise, and it makes the signal more sensitive to changes in the music.
Oh, that's how it goes with the music?
Yes.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yes.
And then now you can dial it up, like I'm going 19, 20, 21,
on
22.
the fly. You can dial it up, dial it down while you're having a session.
And what am I trying to get to?
So here's the principle. What I tell people is you want the signal to feel intense,
Like right
but
now I
not
can feel some vibration.
not uncomfortable. So I have people slowly dial up the intensity until it's intense. Or
I'm
if
at 24. What level is that?
That's pretty high.
Yeah, you see me smiling about it. I am feeling good.
That is pretty high, yes.
Okay.
25 is the maximum.
Oh.
And it's amazing that you're able to tolerate this on your first
I
session.
do feel a lot. Yeah. Maybe I better go down before I get to do loopy here. Okay, so now I'm down to like 14. Is that like a good?
It's different people
depends.
because different. The other principle is that your ear canal should be clean. And
how do you know if it's clean?
Well, it may not be.
So
However,
you clean it out first?
Well, that's recommended because dry skin, oils, earwax cause insulation of the signal.
Right. You don't want to. Okay. You don't want to block
it. If you use it right
it's...
when you get out of the shower, you'll probably not be able to tolerate more than 10 or 12.
Oh, because it's nice and clean.
Because it's nice and clean, or people use.
I was at a 24. I got to clean my ears. This just seems incredible to me.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really neat. It's drug-free, and it's the healthiest thing you could do for sleep, for focus. It enhances
and I like the fact, this isn't a toy. I mean, this is the head cardiac surgeon at Boca Regional Hospital, and you have incredible credentials, and you've been doing cardiac surgery for how long?
I've been doing heart surgery since 2000.
Okay, so you're...
17 years.
So this is not just some toy that somebody came up with. This guy knows what he's doing.
let me tell you something. I mean, I have over 100 patents, and
I knew that.
A lot of my devices are. I mean, Boca Regional has a number of my devices.
So there are probably surgeons all over the world that are using your devices.
Let me tell you,
in the OR.
If you've had surgery in a hospital, there is a very good chance that one of my devices was used on you, whether it be a stapler or certain coagulation devices. And most recently, I developed a catheter-based heart valve.
Oh, wow.
So we have a lot of neat things that
Okay,
have,
so
that
this
have come
guy's
out.
no schmuck here. He's like,
No, well, thank you.
he's the real deal. That's why I'm so excited about this because.
Well, thanks. And I appreciate you validating it because on first glance, as a consumer, I would say, come on.
Oh,
you
no,
turn on a
that's
button
what
and
everybody-
you feel
yeah,
good. I mean,
right.
come on. But it actually does it. And anyone that's interested in the science, we can fill
Yeah, I did a lot
their
of Googling
email.
about it. Yeah,
And
I
you
read a lot
saw.
about it. Yep.
It's there. We've done our own collected our own data. There's volumes of science, and I spent years making sure we stimulate the vagus nerve.
Yeah, see, that's
we
the
do.
most exciting part because, like you said, that's not easy to get to, and the fact that you can get to it without surgery is
Exactly.
very cool.
Exactly. So it's very exciting. It's very accessible, and it allows the average consumer to feel what vagus nerve stimulation feels like.
that you'd never be able to. And it's so exciting that there's so many different applications for it too.
There are.
Like
there
studying
are.
for my boys, we're going to try that, and all my friends that have trouble sleeping.
Absolutely. Now, you know what's funny? Meditation works well for sleeping and for focus. And meditation is very popular. It's known to be effective, and it's
Right.
known to upregulate what we talked about, the parasympathetic axis.
So you get that calm
You get the
feeling
calm,
of
and
euphoria.
it squelches your flight or fight response.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is meditation is not easy.
I've tried it.
You have to concentrate
I
to
can't
meditate.
get there.
So
yeah.
if you're able to concentrate to meditate, then you can concentrate to do your taxes. So
Right. I always
you
start
know,
thinking about something else, and I have tried this.
exactly, and your mind gets filled with other thoughts.
It's impossible for me to clear my mind.
And when you talk to a Buddhist monk, they'll tell you it takes a lifetime for them to really get to what they
Right.
call enlightenment or perfected
So I'm never going to get there that
meditation.
way.
It's hard. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have the time to focus on it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So some people are good at meditation, and
Oh, I
meditation
know.
is great. It is great if you have the time and you have the motivation.
And you can get
If
to
you
that
don't,
point.
you get Nirvana. You turn the button on, and it takes you there.
Wow. So this will be the same thing that they're experiencing when they're.
It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same thing. This puts you into that same state, and all the benefits of meditation you get by pressing a button.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you so
Cartledge, for
much.
coming in.
It's fantastic.
You have been watching and listening to The Becky and Boca Show. Tune in every Thursday night at 6 p.m. to discover all the ways to spoil yourself and have a good time in beautiful Boca Raton. See you next week.